A lot of things that are very joyful, right? It's the season to be joyful. I'm going to talk about something that is kind of serious, right? And I never like to use fear as a motivator to purchase something that ethically doesn't sit right with me. But it is important to understand that regardless of where you live, apartment, townhome, a home that you purchased, regardless of where you are, there is something called the silent killer that is a potentiality all the time, and it's carbon monoxide. And I'm sure you've heard, read in the news, tragedies that have happened where this completely odorless and otherwise undetectable gas has unfortunate consequences if it's in your home. The great news is modern technology makes it easy to detect, but not every place that we live in has a carbon monoxide detector. This is the one that we're presenting right now, that is the only quantity of the year, a price that is expiring at the end of the day, and will also have its shipping and handling charge reinstated at midnight. So you're saving $10 off of our price, getting the free shipping and handling, a customer top-rated item because it brings peace of mind, and also a top-rated item because it works and has literally saved lives. I don't like to say that, like, this is going to save your life, and it's a pair of earrings, right? You know, it's like something that literally prevents tragedies from happening, and all it required was being plugged into the wall. Scott Hine joins us right now. You see him with a lot of great cleaning solutions and home solutions, but this is one of the few where he can come out and say, it could save your life.
Yeah, and I've had the incredible fortune of having been here for over 2 decades, and this line of products is by far and away the most important I've ever presented because of that reason. Listen, we're not here, like you said, to scare people, but we just had a story here in Philadelphia area about 2 weeks ago, and it did not work out well, unfortunately, and something like this potentially can detect that carbon monoxide. But this one, if you're going to have one, this is it, because not only is it the carbon monoxide, but it's also propane and natural gas. So if you leave a stove burner on, if you have a leak like I did about 9 months ago, which caused me to get this, those are the kind of things that can also pick up, and those are the things that can cause explosions, which can be just as traumatic.
So, sorry, like a standard carbon monoxide, a basic one, isn't going to tell me if I've left the stove on.
That's exactly correct, and that's a very important distinction.
Okay.
Carbon monoxide itself is absolutely the silent killer, and you had that right. And you need to have carbon monoxide detectors. But just as important is you need to know if you have a gas leak somewhere. Could be propane, could be natural gas that comes in your house, and other carbon monoxide detectors will not detect that gas. This one will.
So a little video here of a story being shared that I think you've probably heard one similar to it before, but it's from a face and a voice that you might recognize.
Hi, I'm Pat James Dementry, and I wanted to take just a moment to share something very personal and sort of a mission, and that is to make sure you and your family and the people you love have a carbon monoxide detector. You know, I had a carbon monoxide detector for years, plugged it in, never thought about it. I only had one. One night when I was laying in bed, it went off, but just for a couple of minutes. I didn't really think anything about it. Went through my day, got off the air. On the way home, something said to me, you know what, maybe you should go buy a new one, because I thought that one was broken. So I'll be honest, I stopped, I bought one for each floor. When I got them home and I plugged them in, they were blaring. Because realize carbon monoxide is odorless, it didn't smell like anything, and I thought it couldn't be happening to me. Well, thank goodness I did that, because those carbon monoxide detectors saved my life and my family's life. When I called 911, they came and they made sure that everything was fine.
So first I have to applaud Pat for actually taking action, because none of that happens unless Pat goes, you know what, I'm going to buy a carbon monoxide detector. If she had gone to bed that night without one, I don't want to think about what would have happened.
That's right.
But the huge story here is that it is an even more encompassing area or means of protecting your home and your family, and all you have to do is plug it in. I think this is one where we probably really enjoyed reading the reviews, because people are saying it raises my comfort level for a safe house. It works great. It's also from a brand that we know.
That's right. So Kidde has been around since 1917 out of Bellevue, New Jersey. This is what they do. Fire protection, gas, and things like that. That's all they do. They don't do this and make waffle irons. I mean, this is what they do. This can plug in. Okay, so you see this here. This is a live outlet. You see how it plugs plugs in. Also leaves you room for an outlet up here, so you're good to go. But this one, if I take the back off of it, it's got the battery backup, which not only does the EPA, but the Consumer Product Safety Commission says you absolutely must have if you have a plug-in, if the power goes out. So there's where the battery goes.
If the power goes out and there's a storm, there's probably an increased likelihood that that would be
Something could go wrong, absolutely. And then you've got a nice long cord here that you can actually just sit this out if you want and plug it in. You could sit it out on a desk, or I have one down in my workroom. And you know, for me, I came to Kidde, and when I knew Kidde was coming here, because I had a little scare with natural gas about 9 months ago, not carbon monoxide, but natural gas. Plumber came, fixed it. Thankfully, nothing went wrong. But he said, you need a dual action carbon monoxide gas detector. And I went and bought one from Kidde, much more expensive than this one.
Right.
And when I found out they were coming, I went and begged them to let me represent them, because I've had their products forever.
What does it sound like?
It is loud. Sorry, we've not done that. So we're gonna test it here, and it get.
Ooh, that is loud,
80,
my friend.
Yeah, 80, and it tells you gas.
Oh,
like
it tells you what it is.
85 decibels. It is loud. So.
Should I have one on each floor or just one
Yeah.
for
So if I could read something to you real quick, it's
Okay.
important. It does come from the EPA and the Consumer Product Safety Commission. It says, according to them, they recommend that a detector like this be installed in the hallway outside the bedrooms in each separate sleeping area. And it also says that if you have a plug-in, you should have a battery backup. Well, you have both of those things here. You put one around every bedroom, one where the source of the gas might be, and you'll have that peace of mind.
$10 easy pay to get it home, but a lot of you are picking up more than one. You know why? A, you need to, and B, free shipping and handling. It's V39403. You know what? It's not the sexiest gift in the show.
No.
But it might be the most important one. So, Scott, thank you so much
So
for
good to
bringing
see
it
you.
to us. All right, you too, my friend. Okay, so let's go back to having some fun, right? And if you don't say, aw, when you see this next